Now you see, it's nice to watch a movie adaptation in which you have no knowledge of the source material. Like, I've never seen the David Lynch 1984 version and I've never read none of the books. So going into this movie was a breath of fresh air. And then I learned that what I've just watched is actually equivalent to half of the first book. They better make part two. I'm just saying. Dune. So in Dune, we follow Paul Atreides, who is the son of the ruler of the House of Atreides, and he has a Dressuit for a mother. I think they deal with magic and all that sort of stuff. And at the start of the movie, the House of Atreides is given Arrakis. And Arrakis is the planet with the highest commodity in the galaxy. It's this thing called spice. And if I remember right, it's a psychedelic drug, but it's also very important when it comes to space travel. Hence, the highest commodity in the universe. Sorry, galaxy. And as soon as they get to said planet, they realize that something ain't right. Some of the equipment don't work. The locals are a bit funny. They realize something is wrong. And it don't take long before everything goes downhill and you realize that they've been betrayed. And not any kind of betrayal. This is some high political corruption type shit going all the way up from the emperor all the way to them. And of course it doesn't go well for them. There's no way out. And it's at that point that Paul Atreides, with no choice of his own, has no choice but to become the ruler of the House of Atreides and to save his people. And right there and then, you have a movie. Now let me stop here and say, this movie is visually amazing. The movie's beautiful. And of course, Denis Vilneuve just never miss. I don't know how the guy does it. All I know is you give this man a camera and the right story to tell, and he's gonna paint you a work of art using 24 frames per second. The guy's just a genius. It's kind of hard to describe his work. You really have to watch his movies, but in this movie, I don't know how he did it, but he managed to make things that are so familiar to us, yet again look so alien in this movie. The guy's just amazing. And I love the action in this movie. The action was really well done. But I'm not saying it's the highlight of the movie. Don't go in there expecting the action to be the highlight. Believe me, there's a whole lot of shit in this movie that'll blow you away. But the action was really well done. And if you haven't seen this movie, I'm sure you've seen the trailer and you know the cast for this movie is awesome. The performances are awesome. Oscar Isaac and Timothée Chalamet as father and son gave a great performance. They were actually believable. I really believed them as father and son. And of course, you know Oscar Isaac is an amazing actor. And I know the Star Wars sequels as well as X-Men didn't really do him justice, but the guy is an amazing actor. And it shows in this movie. And then there was Jason Momoa as Duncan. And I love his performance in this movie. But let me just say this. I think Jason Momoa did the Conan movie and then he did Game of Thrones and then he said, you know what, that's it. I'm going to play every character as myself from now on. So I may be playing Duncan, I may be playing Aquaman, but what you're really watching is this cool guy called Jason Momoa. But he was great in this movie. He was really good. And of course, let's not forget about Dave Batista and Zendaya. Both of them are not in the movie much. But when they are, their presence is felt. Especially Dave Batista. Like there's a scene with the Dave Batista character. Basically the people that Dave Batista belonged to were the original people that were on planet Arrakis harvesting the spice, hence making all the money. So he's pretty angry when they had to evacuate, and he expresses his anger to his uncle, who is the Baron, and he just starts screaming. And I swear to God, it made me jump.
How can the Emperor take everything we built and give it to that Duke?
I wasn't expecting him to scream like that. It was really unexpected. And that's how you know that the performances are great and the movie is just well done. Same thing for the Baron, the main villain in this movie. He was just so menacing, but not only that, but he made me feel uncomfortable once again because the performance in the movie is just so well done. So yeah, I really once again want them to make a part 2 because I want to see more of the Drax character. Drax. Speaking about Dave Batista and Drax, you see, Dave Batista as Drax is awesome. That role of Drax was definitely written for Dave Batista. But I got the same feeling about this character in Dune. The guy is ruthless. And Batista delivers that in such a way that you just get hypnotized and want to see more. So, once again, we need a part 2. I'm just saying. And then you get the lovely Rebecca Ferguson. Ain't she amazing? Like, for real, she's such a great actor. I'm not gonna lie, this woman can act just with her eyes. Seriously. She can convey so much emotion just by looking at you. She's that amazing. She's a great actor. But the woman should not whisper. I don't know if it's just me, but every time she whispered in this movie, I had no idea what she was saying. Like, it was really hard to understand. Like, thank God for the sign language in the movie, because yeah, at time when she whispered, I had no idea what she was talking about. And she whispers a lot in this movie. It wasn't that bad though. She was great in this movie. Now you see, this movie uses a lot of regular themes and ideas that we've seen before. You know, like betrayal, political corruption, prophecies, an evil emperor. Sounds like I'm describing Star Wars. But what I'm trying to say is that this movie takes all of these ideas and themes that we know and seen in other movies and just deliver them in such a way that it just feels brand new. And of course I know a lot of movies were influenced by Dune, Star Wars being one of them. But to someone like me, who's not familiar with the source material, to me, this felt brand new. And you see, that's the thing. I shouldn't be impressed by this movie. Because, like I said, the ideas and themes are just things I've seen a million times. But this movie does such a great job in just making it all feel new and fresh.
Kill him. Yes, Uncle.
So with all that being said, we need a part 2. And I know it's all based on repaying the investors, making sure the investors get their money back and more. But look, Warner Brothers, you started something. You gotta finish it now. I don't give a damn whether this movie flops or not. It needs a part 2. If you start something, you must finish it. And Dune is something you're gonna have to finish. And this is why. Because for the first time on this channel, I'm gonna give a rating that I've never given before. You ready? This movie is a masterpiece. That's right, you can rush all of my reviews. I've never gave a movie that rating. And this is my highest rating, by the way. This movie is a masterpiece. With that being said, enough about my thoughts. I want to know about you guys. Did y'all like the movie? Did you hate the movie? Are you like me and can't wait for them to greenlit part 2? Why don't you comment below and, we can converse about it. And since you're down there, how about you press the like button if you like the content, and then just scroll or just move to the side and press subscribe so, we can talk some more the next time I give my 2 cents on the movie. Peace.
That's M.Linez, bub. You're supposed to say thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell, you fucker.